Hello, I'm the sales engineer of Upsonic Power. So I'm here to introduce Upsonic UPSs and make some demonstration of the UPS maintenance bypass switch and remote shutdown and reboot function. Now it will take about 20 minutes. If you have any question, just feel free to ask. There will be 3 parts, so a little bit introduction to Upsonic and how the UPS works, and then the Upsonic portfolio, and then question and answer. Let's turn to the first part. Upsonic Power is a 100% Australian owned and operated company. It has been in UPS industry for over 30 years, and during this first 30 years, Upsonic is just focusing on UPS, so we are the expert of UPS. Actually, Upsonic is the first company who introduced the SOHO UPS, or the personal UPS, to Australia. And it's a small company, so we act very fast. Now, we provide UPS, and why we need a UPS? That is because Australia does not have very good clean power, because in these mains there are some problems such as noise, transient, voltage surge, or under voltage, over voltage, or just even blackout. So here, for example, the under voltage is a series for electronic devices, because you can see when the voltage is getting lower, the current will get higher, and then it causes more heat. It may burn up the components to damage the device. So that's why we need a UPS. A UPS will suppress all of these problems, and because there is battery inside, so it will back up the equipment when there is a blackout. When we talk about UPS, there are 3 different types of UPS. Well, for small capacity and less critical environment, we recommend the standby UPS, but standby UPS is just too low end and we don't produce it anymore. Now the mainstream are line interactive and online UPS. For radio parts, most of the UPS has been sold are non-interactive UPS. Or if it's for a server, for a hospital or a bank or data center, so normally they use online UPS. It could be huge, very big. And let's see the difference between different UPS. Forget about these 3 pictures, let's just focus on this. So when there is a power failure, all UPS, all types of UPS works like this. There's no input. The energy comes from the battery, DC power, through an inverter, and it converts the DC power to AC, and then power to load. So when the power is failure, it works like this. Now, how this non-interactive UPS works. So this is input and this is output. The input goes through AVR, automatic voltage regulator, to the load. So that's how it works. This automatic voltage regulator just automatically regulates the voltage. When the voltage is too high, say 270 volts, it will buck it down to 230. If it's too low, say 170 volts, it will boost it to 230. At the same time, it charges the battery, but inverter is not working. All the power goes through this AVR, buck and boost. So we got this non-interactive. And the higher-end model is online UPS, double conversion. It's different because there is no AVR. The input, when input goes in, it just goes through a rectifier, turns from AC to DC, and then charge the battery. At the same time, this DC power goes through an inverter, and the inverter just converts the DC power to AC power. So converts once, converts twice. So that's double conversion, true or not UPS. Let's see. Here is this slide explains it more clearly. So the input, which has a lot of problems, noise, surge, goes through the rectifier, and then you got a pure DC load. And then from the DC, the power just goes through the inverter and convert the DC to perfect sine wave AC, 230 volts current. And that is exactly what this machine does. Right. So that's any questions about this non-interactive and online double conversion?
And just the AVRs,
yeah.
I know you have different types of AVRs. You have, I think, double buck and single buck.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's very professional. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's called topology of AVRs. Well, different topology has different performance and different cost, but the result we got is almost the same. So for our UPS, let me jump to the next page. Here. Here. These are our 9 interactive UPSs. They all have AVR inside. This Orion, DS, the low-end module, ES series, the higher-end module. So the low-end module, the AVR, so it's with topology, it's different from the higher end, exactly. So higher performance and a little bit more expensive, exactly. But it all comes with AVR. Now let's have a look at the portfolio of Upsonic Power. So basically we'll provide very small one, 600 VA to up to 900 kVA. So really big actually. This low end is the 9 interactive series, and from the cloud series, from this one and to the big ones, they are all online series. Now this is a 9 interactive UPSs, and most of the sales through radio parts are them. Orion, DS600, 800, 1000, 1400, and 2000, and the ES series. So basically, Orion and DS series is perfect for AV systems or security scenarios. And ES series is perfect for the small offices or small servers or just home use. Orion 750, we have sold over 20,000 in Australia. So it's a small one, plug and play, very simple. Just plug the input to the socket, and you have got 2 protected sockets, which is powered up, which is backed up by the batteries inside, and you've got 3 unprotected, unbacked sockets. But it still has the function of suppressing surge. So you've got clean power, but no backup. But through these 2 sockets, you've got backup by the batteries. Now this is DS series domestic, and we have sold more than 38,000 in Australia. Small ones, 600 VA, which is good for single desktop computer or a laptop. And then 800 DS1000 is good for like 2 computers or a computer plus 1 scanner, plus 1 screen, plus 1 printer. Yeah. Or if you need big capacity, just use DS2000. Actually, I got an inquiry from a customer they used to buy from Virtual Parts, and this time they want to buy some DS series for some cash registers. So I recommended DS800, and I've just forwarded the email to John. So this is DS series. Now the ES series is the high-end line interactive UPS. You can see it looks more complicated, but it's actually simple. So the input cord socket and the output socket is also plug and play. Just connect it and press the button, and that's it.
Yeah, they don't come with the IC to 3-pin plugs, do they? That's separate.
Oh, yeah. So basically, the UPS comes with this socket, and if you leave that, it comes with this shorty cable.
Yeah. So it comes standard in the box?
Yeah, standard in the box.
Okay.
Because this is more for like a network environment, like in the cabinet. So they use this sort of cable.
I see.
Yeah, more. Yeah. Now, all of Upsonic UPS comes with software. The point of software is you can monitor the working status of UPS, and this software can also shut down your server or PC automatically when there is a power failure or there is a malfunction of the UPS or the battery is running out. So to protect your data, so your server or cache register won't just lose power in a sudden, to protect your data or business. Later, I will show how this UPS can shut down this computer when the power is failed. And then when the power is recovered, the UPS will automatically wake up the computer.
Just on that program, I've heard a lot of small offices, they'll go in for that sort of, the small ES series models, and there might be a profile in an office. And a lot of times, they outsource their IT stuff, so they don't really understand what the UPS does, how it works, they just know they have one. And when they lose power, they just keep working. And then obviously the battery runs out, and then their computer shut down, and they don't expect it, they don't know what's happening. Is there a way to have prompts? Obviously you can get it to shut down the computer, but is there a way to let them know on the computer that the UPS has lost, they're running on battery power, they've lost mains power?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Is there a way
definitely.
to do that?
Definitely,
Yeah.
I can show you all the settings. So first, it will send a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a warning window. AC is disconnected.
Yeah.
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 And then give you options to shut down or just do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even when they hear the beeping, they just keep working. Like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, we got a window. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Jumps out.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I will show you that. You can see. Now let's have a look at the online UPS. It's the higher end. Here comes with the Cloud series, so up to 10 kVA, and above that is the Industrial series and Modular series. So actually, this is one of the Cloud series, true online double conversion UPS. So the technology is more complicated than the non-interactive, and it's more expensive, but it has the best performance. Let's skip that specifications here. But before that, there is let's see, efficiency in eco mode is pretty high, higher than 95%. That's pretty good. And rated power factor is 0.9, which is pretty good because normally for non-interactive it's only 0.8. The difference I will explain. One of the very important feature of Cloud series UPS is it's compatible with virtualization software, virtualization environment, VMware, and Hyper-V. So not every brand, not every UPS manufacturer support this function. only the big three, Emerson, Schneider, and PC, and Upsonic, they support this virtualization environment, which means it can not only shut down the servers, the hardware, but it can also shut down the virtualization machine running on the server. Here's the industry UPS, big capacity from 6 kVA to 200 kVA. This is a modular UPS. So there is a power module. Each module is 20 kVA. Up to 10 modules can be inserted to get 200 kVA UPS. And it's hot swappable. So initially, if you need, you can just buy 2 or 3 modules. That's 60 kVA. And then if your business expands in the future, just simply buy more modules and just simply plug in. And that's it.
What does the touch screen do?
Yeah, so if you okay, I'll show you next page here. This is screen on the door, yeah. So this is the 120 kVA modular UPS which has been installed in Hastings for blue-scope steels. Actually, it shows the 3 most important parts of UPS system. The UPS itself, battery cabinet. For this small UPS battery is inside. And this is a maintenance bypass switch. So why we need this maintenance bypass switch? Here explains why we need it. Well, it's always recommended for easy maintenance without power loss. Suppose you are powering an important load, could be a server, could be in the data center, and if you want to do the maintenance or just repair of the UPS, you don't want to lose power. Without maintenance bypass switch, you have to disconnect it, and there will be power loss for the equipment. But when we install a maintenance bypass switch, you just turn the switch from normal mode to bypass mode, and then you just take out the UPS. It's still power below. Let's see how. So now here's our load, and this is a small maintenance bypass switch. So that's desktop type, which also comes with like a rack mount type, and it has 2 modes: normal mode, bypass mode. Now it's in normal, which means the power comes from UPS. Now if we turn it to bypass, it will bypass UPS, and you don't lose power of this. And we can just take this out. You don't lose power. So you can do the maintenance or whatever to the UPS. And of course, if we turn it to normal, it's off because there's no power coming from UPS. Now we connect the UPS back again. So this is how maintenance bypass switch works. So if the customer wants to buy UPS, you can always recommend him to buy an MBS together with UPS. Well, you can make more sales, but the most important thing is the customer is protected with this one. So that's the MBS. And now comes frequently asked questions about what's true sine wave and modified sine wave. True sine wave, just like the blue line, is the perfect sine wave. Modified sine wave is the red line. So for DS series and Orion, the output is modified sine wave. It's not perfect pure sine wave, but it works fine with the PCs, with the modern electronic devices, because the power supply is compatible with modified sine wave. Only in some scenarios like AC motors has lower efficiency with modified sine wave output. But ES series UPS, the output is pure sine wave. So that's why it's higher end and more expensive. Here. So pure sine wave, modified sine wave. That's low end, higher end. But normally for the AV systems or PCs, no difference. Now the voltage and volt amp. Voltage, so this lamp could be 30 watts. And if the load is pure resistant load, the voltage equals to VA. If the load is computer, because there are capacitors and inductors inside the power supply, so there is some energy stored in the devices, in the capacitors. So the voltage is less than VA. It's actually quite simple. So yeah. So this is apparent power. You got a glass of beer, but the real beer you got is voltage. That's the beer you got. Others are forms. This forms it takes space. It's stored in the capacitors. Yeah. So that's how it works. Now, when selling UPSs, the most important question is, what's the voltage? What's the load? Customer may or may not know the answer. They just tell you I have a UPS. I need a UPS because I have a computer, a printer, or cash register to power. So for single desktop computer, that's around 300 watts. Just use an Orion or TS600. Yeah. And if it's a big server, it could be 1,000 watts. So use a TS1400 or 2000. Yeah. Yeah, this is funny.
Like that analogy.
Thanks. Yeah. So what's the voltage, what's the load, and what runtime is required? Normally the runtime is 5 minutes to 10 minutes. That's long enough for the customer to safely shut down the server or desktop. So they won't lose power, they won't lose data. And if they need long runtime, half an hour, 2 hours, we also have long runtime UPS for them, just with extra battery pack. Now, rack mount or tower mount. This is a tower machine, and it also comes with a rack mount machine. Single phase, three phase, don't worry about it. And we also have a help desk and a phone. Just call us. That's the easiest way to make sales. Yeah. So basically, that's it. And
yeah, just one of the applications. When you're checking the load, often you'll use like a clamp meter. The maintenance bypass switch could be quite useful for that, couldn't it? So if I'm checking the load on this light,
yeah.
If you use a clamp meter, normally you have to separate out an active
Yes,
and
exactly.
yeah. If you put a UPS in line, the maintenance switch, then I can unplug. We go into normal mode.
Yeah, normal mode is backed up by UPS, and
Yeah,
you can
pull
unplug
it
it.
out, and then I can put in the
yeah,
different
exactly.
one, measure the current.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So
no
a
downtime.
power meter here.
Yeah,
Insert a power meter.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Good way to check the load also.
Yeah,
Without any downtime.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good, and it's not expensive.
Mm.
$200-300
Yeah.
for this. This maintenance bypass switch is up to 3 kVA UPS compatible.
Mm.
Above 3 kVA, we need a higher end model. Yeah. It's pretty good actually.
Do people buy this often with even the smaller UPSs like the Orion for those applications? Or?
Orion maybe not that necessary,
Yeah.
but for the ES series, so it's highly recommended.
Yeah.
But people just don't have that expertise to realize you need an MBS. Actually, you do. If you buy ES series UPS, you can always recommend this MBS to them. Just because the UPS is a machine, it always needs maintenance or sometimes need repair. So in that case, MBS will protect them. So now I'm going to show you another feature of software management. I may need to shut down the UPS first to show you this network card here.
Where the EPO, what's the meaning of the EPO? Is that external power output or this one here?
Oh, okay. Emergency power off.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is a contact, yeah. So you can just connect to an EPO switch to power off. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you later. So now I'll show you later because I need to switch off the UPS to take out the network card. Now there is a slot and there is a network card inside. I'm connecting this network card through a cable to the switch. And the other side connected to this computer here. Now let's enter the IP address of the network card. Here is working status, real-time working status of this UPS. It's in line mode, UPS temperature, input voltage, which is good, 231, and output voltage, 230, perfect. Yeah. Battery, normal capacity, voltage 100 volts. Oh, sorry, this capacity 100%. It's fully charged. So you can also see the time, the backup time of the battery is here, estimated backup time.
Is that how much you have or how much you've used?
It's how much you have, but now it's running on AC, so it's pointless. If the AC is failed, it will display how much time remained.
Yeah.
Yeah, again. Now, the shutdown function here, I'm going to show you. UPS, here are a lot of events. When AC failed, when the battery is low, you can do this action warning interval. Now, when the AC is failed, you can disable, send a warning, client shutdown, which means you only shut down the server or the PC, or shut down both client and UPS. And then warning period 10 seconds. This you can change it here. Now, okay, so what I'm going to do is disconnect the AC. So the AC will fail, and then the UPS will shut down the laptop. We got a warning. Utility power is not available. After 10 seconds, it will shut down the PC. Yeah, now it's shutting down automatically. And when the AC recovered, it will wake up the PC remotely. And because this is through network, so you can do this remotely. Don't have to be the same place. And the latest sale of the network card it was in Tasmania. A school, they purchased some network cards with UPSs and deployed in different places so that they can remotely manage and their servers. Now let me recover the AC, and it will automatically wake up this PC. Well, when it's recovering, okay, it's recovering. Okay, I can see the PC is on, and you will see it here later.
The network cards, are they standard or do you have to buy those separately?
Separately, and it's not cheap actually.
Yeah.
It's $300. Yeah, for a small network card. Yeah.
Which one is supported? Just the cloud series?
Well, the DS series, domestic and Orion, the low-end model, they don't have this network card, but it also supports this shutdown function, just through a direct connection through a USB cable. But you can't do it remotely. Yeah. From ES series, there is network card. Yeah. So the difference between, okay, now it's automatically wake up. The difference between direct connection or through a network is remote. So direct connection, you can only do it on site. But with network capability, you can do it remotely. That's sometimes it's important. Such as in the school in Tasmania, they have 5 sites with UPSs and servers, computers. They want to manage it remotely so they can monitor the status, and in case there is power failure, it will protect the server. So it helps a lot. So only one IT guy, they can manage all of them. So basically, this is the idea of how this UPS with a network card can remotely shut down and reboot the server through network.
Does the DS and Orion do the reboot also, or
Yes.
just shutdown? Does both?
Yeah, it can do the reboot, but it has to be connected directly.
Direct.
Yeah, through the USB cable. But it will save you the cost of network card. Now let me shut down the UPS and show you this card. It's quite expensive though. That's because it's a niche market, and this market is dominated by a Taiwan company called Megatech. So not only Upsonic buy from them, Eaton or APC or even Emerson, they all buy from this unique company. Yeah. So basically, UPS manufacturers all over the world just buy from them. Yep, so any questions? Oh, it will take a while to enter. I will send you the slides this afternoon. Yep.
All these slides which are from the company folder.
Yeah, so it's actually a very small network card.
Very simple.
Yeah, maybe not simple because there is another layer and then
Oh, it's like the actual connection to the unit.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it can be long version or short version. This is a long version. Yeah, this part is valuable.
The short version, is that for different models?
For different modules, but the same function. Just yeah.
Which one uses which?
For Upsonic UPS, we all use this.
Okay, Upsonic is always long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lead. In case you don't need a network card, there is also a lead for this.
Ah.
The cover. Yeah. So basically, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.